One of the greatest treasures of downtown Memphis is the Mississippi Riverfront. That's right, and there's an organization called the Riverfront Development Corporation whose job it is to enhance the Mississippi River. And the guy that's in charge of all that is this gentleman right here, Benny Linderman.
Hey Lee, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Benny. Thank you very much. Now, Benny, you're the president of the RDC, Riverfront Development Corporation. Tell our viewers at Definitely Downtown what that's all about.
I mean, it's a nonprofit entity that contracts with the city of Memphis to manage and operate the city's riverfront and sort of allow to reconnect Memphis to its wonderful river we have out here.
Well, Benny, one of the things that I hear is that you have a long-range plan to enhance the Mississippi riverfront. So tell me what that's all about.
When our planners look at the riverfront, they look long-term. When we start doing things, or the public sees us doing things, it's really short-term. It's a series of projects, and it's what we're doing today. We did this walkway. We got the cobblestones below us, and at some point in time next year, we'll be improving and enhancing the cobblestones so they're much more user-friendly, that we will protect their historic heritage. They'll be here forever as an important part of Memphis history, and they'll be safe and usable. And then adjacent to that, we're doing a project called the Beale Street Landing Project, which is the first project in Memphis that we've done that we can actually get people down to the water's edge, okay? And it's right at the terminus of Beale Street, a very important situation.
Well, now, Benny, back to the Beale Street Landing Project, because that's going to be something major that we'll see within the next 2 years. Tell me about the various elements of that.
Yeah, and Beale Street Landing is an interesting project that connects Memphis to the water for the first time. And we had a number of renderings prepared primarily so we can convey that to the public, showing how this is basically, we're actually taking 2 acres of Tomley Park, improving it, adding another 6 acres to that, reaching out into the river, and it's sort of a terrace project. It's a series of sort of terraces with these island parks on it, and the river will likely come up and flood some of these terraces at different times of the year, because most people in Memphis may realize, but no one else does, that the Mississippi River fluctuates as much as 57 feet up and down every year. Wow. So that's why we're standing way up here and the water's down there today. And so we want to create a place where people can be sitting right here, just like we are, and you can drop your rock into the water right below you, or kick a stone, or do whatever you are, look at the water. And this will allow us to do that. It'll be a gathering place. It'll be like a big, almost public park-like amphitheater with lots of things for the kids to do. The different islands will be themed. One will be a passive kind of green island. The other will be sort of an interactive kid island. It'll have a little misting pool and play areas and climbing things, and a little bit of shade for the parents, for people like us can kind of don't have to get out there in that. But and then there'll be a performance island, but it's all going to be nice and clean and inviting. The building there'll be a building there that'll house a restaurant type facility. It's not going to be a high-end restaurant. It's going to be like a little middle-end restaurant with burgers or catfish and things like that. There'll also be a ticketing booth there'll be a docking facility for the daily excursion boats, because we want to make that connection to the water for Memphians and tourists alike much stronger than it is now. The docking facility also will accommodate larger boats that come up from New Orleans or St. Louis or wherever. But the daily activity will be the local excursion boats like we have today, but in a more expanded operation.
Now, is there a sensitivity to ecological design as well in this project?
Number one is we're putting more trees on this little 4 acres we're adding than all the 26 acres of Tomley Park has now. Okay, we're very sensitive to the shade issue, very sensitive to the green issue. There's a whole lot of green included in the project. Even the building itself has a green roof, has a sloping roof that comes over the building. It's basically 80 feet wide of lawn, and it provides a tremendous amount of benefit with the heating and cooling of the building. Retains, I think, like 80+% of the water on site, so there's very little runoff from the site. We didn't want to create a concrete heat island on our riverfront. We wanted a green oasis on our riverfront to attract people.
Benny, how does the new University of Memphis Law School figure into this riverfront development plan?
I mean, the RDC has worked really hard trying to get the University of Memphis to move into that building and work with the federal government, and that's all come together wonderful. It's happening. You see the construction of the building now. We've also worked hard with trying to make improvements to take advantage of that $40 million investment that the university is making and capitalize on that and leverage it to make our riverfront better. So we've got a substantial contribution from the Hyde Family Foundation, who always contributing money to good things, to help improve the back of the law school, the public back of the law school. We're going to add in where there's a parking lot now when the post office was there. That's being all converted to a plaza with a lot of green, a walkway along the bluff. We're going to build a bridge connecting the law school to Confederate Park that you can see on the renderings. That will be a grade bridge, very similar to the concept we use at Bill Street, where the bridge is over at Bill Street, to where we connect to Confederate Park. We're also going to improve Confederate Park and provide better lighting, better trees, better landscaping, very similar to what Center City did with Court Square project. And so we had that wonderful green project connected to the law school, and that's the beginning of this walkway along the top of the bluff here. It'll be somewhat in the same context of the Bluff Walk was built a number of years ago, because that's what we're all about, is connecting people, connecting downtown to the river, both east, west, north, south. It's all about connectivity, and that's what we're doing.
Very good. Well, you're doing a great job. Benny Linderman with the Riverfront Development Corporation. Thank you. Thank you so much. And stay right there. Definitely downtown. We'll be right back.